Another weekly money making lobby live stream here on my channel. Uh, it's what, the 20th of September today, so we're just gonna go ahead and just gonna sell some cars, do some other stuff, and we're just gonna talk about the Bombushka and all that other stuff. So I'm in my vehicle warehouse right now, gonna sell some of the cars I had stored up from last week. So yeah, let's get this up. Let's get this on with. Huh. Let me see. Let me see who we got commenting on this thing right now. Huh. Hey, what's up, Rashawn? So yeah, the Bombushka, that came out yesterday and all that stuff, and realistically, it's not really a great plane that everybody thought it was gonna be, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it isn't terrible in regards of its firepower and whatnot. It's just terrible in general when it comes to like the like speed and armor. You know, like defenses against like against like explosive rounds, RPGs, even the railgun. If someone manages to get that, it's really that terrible.
I am paid well below
so
my skill
it's
level.
really not worth buying, to be perfectly honest. I mean, this is just a terrible vehicle in its own right. All right, so let me put all this in. Okay. Nah, we'll leave the livery off and we'll leave the spoiler off because we're gonna be flying it.
Not bad, you ask me.
I mean, yeah, Rockstar should have buffed up the armor capabilities on the Bombushka when before they first. Well, I mean,
okay, after what we
a
put
lot of
into this
people on
one,
the PC
we don't want it to go.
Showed off the vehicle when it first came out and stuff, but a lot of people, when they did that and Rockstar saw the PC players, modding it in with mod menus and stuff and seeing what it was capable of, and realized that the armor on it just plain sucks. Rockstar should have did something along the lines of, like, kind of buffing it up to a degree where it can take a little more damage and stuff, but unfortunately, that's not the case with the Bombushka. Yeah, I mean, it's 6 million. Yeah, I mean, the price they're demanding for is just absurd. For 6 million bucks, I mean, you would expect the thing to take some punishment. I mean, look what they did with the freaking Savage. I mean, that vehicle is like what, almost 2 million? Yeah, let me check real quick. Let me check real quick about the yeah, the Savages are like close to $2 million, and it's been out for like what, two and a half years now, and they just recently buffed that up to like, so it can take like what, 3 rockets and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's just not, the Bombushka is just not worth it at this point. I mean, it's pretty much like the Valkyrie. It's the airplane equivalent of the Valkyrie when you look at it. But even then, the Valkyrie can take some punishment, whereas the Bombushka, nah. I mean, hell, whenever me and my friends were playing online yesterday, and we were flying the Bombushka, I seen people flying it, like other people who were flying the plane, and hell, even I could take out a Bombushka with a freaking Starling. A Starling, the rocket plane, with one bomb. And one bomb, boom, there goes $6 million. Really? I mean, the plane was so hyped, and yet it's so disappointing when it comes to it. I mean, yeah, I have it. I'm gonna keep it just for the sake that I mean, it's bigger than a Titan. It's got weapons. It's got explosive rounds. I'll give it that. But it's cumbersome. It's bulky. It's clumsy. You can't even. I mean, you have to fly at a certain altitude just to effectively use the guns on this airplane. And even then, when you're at that certain altitude, you're susceptible of getting hit. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The Valkyrie is a little bit better than the Bombushka in terms of that. But when you look at it in practicality, they're pretty much equal because you need people to like man the guns. I mean, dodging, yeah, the Valkyrie's got a one up on the Bombushka. I'll give you that. But the Bombushka kind of evens it out with the flares, with the countermeasures and stuff. Alright. So it kind of evens out, but not by a whole lot, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, we did it. That one's going on the balance sheet for next quarter.
I mean, I first flew the Bombushka before it came out during one of the cell missions for the Hanger. I mean, I had one of my live stream last week before it ended. It had a cell mission where it was with the Bombushka, and the plane is just not really that great. I mean, if enough people complain to Rockstar about how ineffective it is in terms of its armor and overall defenses, maybe excuse me, maybe in the next update they'll kind of buff it up to a degree. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna buff it up to like Savage level buff, but you know, just enough to give it a more survivability. Because we all know how bad the Savage was when it first came out, when it can just take one rocket and it's gone. I mean, that thing's literally a flying tank. Now people are trying to make the Bombushka like it's a flying tank.
You need, boss.
When it's not. It's more like, how can I describe what the Bombushka is right now? It's more like a overbloated flying armored Boxville. But even the Boxville is more better than, well, the armored Boxville has a more practical use in terms of as a VIP job vehicle than practicality. But even then, if I had the choice to buy the Bombushka or the armored Boxville, I'd buy the armored Boxville because its VIP job, fortified, pays 35 grand each time I do it. Whereas with the Bombushka, there's a cell mission every now and then with it. But then again, doing Hanger sourcing and selling missions is practically garbage in on itself unless Rockstar does a double money and RP thing with the Hanger cells like they did last week, which I kind of hope they do again soon, because that can make a good ton of money. And just like everybody's saying about it, how they said it last week about the payouts, like for the Hanger stuff last week, that should have been the original payouts, not like how it is now where everything's back to normal. Because to be perfectly honest, if it was like that, I would stop doing the whole import-export thing, because the way the double money and RP stuff worked last week with the Hanger cells, the money was good. I would have, yeah, it was good and all, and I would have gone so far as moving all my businesses from the city to like right there in Sandy Shores, or at least the most lubricated ones, like the meth lab, the cocaine lockup, and the counterfeit cash factory, all in that one group here in that area. I would have left my bunker where it's at in Chumash, just for the fact that if I moved that, or, well, to be perfectly honest, any of the businesses for that matter, if I were to move them, I had to pay for all the equipment and upgrades and shit like that again, which I wasn't wasn't really a fan of. So, but yeah, the Bombushka, it's not really worth it. Like I said, unless Rockstar does something to buff up the armor capabilities of it. Yeah, it is worth it. I mean, so far since cars, ever since Import Export came out, I made almost 100 million when it comes to import and export, minus some things, like minus a couple of things here and there, like idiots coming to blow up shit. Nah. God dang it. But yeah, import export is well worth it, and the missions are fun. The sourcing missions, they too get it kind of aggravating. More specifically the ones where you have to deal with buzzards and the cargo bot and that kind of stuff. That one's more annoying. The bunker, yeah, the bunker is slow even with the upgrades. You're looking at around 11 hours for your bunker to fully fill up, and between that time, you're looking at 3 to 4 strings of resupply missions to resupply it, unless you have the money to like just auto restock it, which is 75 grand, which I wouldn't recommend doing, because you want that thing to be all about profit, not profiting and spending on supplies. As for the Hanger is slow if you focus on one of the 3 most most profitable items, like the narcotics, the chemicals, or the medical supplies. Yeah, in that regard, it is slow, because in between missions, you're looking at around 2 to 3 minutes per cooldown time if you're doing it by yourself. That's why when I was doing it last week, I was just switching out between either medical and chemicals or medical supplies, or narcotics and chemicals. So I was doing it 25-25 on either one of those, 2 of those 3. So I was getting like a 35% boost with one set and another 35% with the other. I didn't sell them off all in one go, because then I would have lost that 35% boost. I would just like sell off one half, wait the 2 minutes to reset to sell the other half, and then do the sell again. The only thing that really pisses me off about the whole selling with the Hanger, and even the bunkers, to be perfectly honest, is the time. I mean, with the bunker, out of all the sell missions they got with the bunker, only one sell mission has a time limit of 30 minutes. And it's the one with the 3 fully custom, well, not fully customized, but customized insurgent pickups. You have to go from place to place, and in each place, you have to defend it against Merryweather. That's the only one that's 30 minutes, whereas all the others are 15. Now, there is another one that really pisses me off too, of the bunker stuff, and that's the one with the Dune FAV Dune buggies. That one, you have 15 minutes to move 4 buggies at the 5 predetermined destinations. Even with 3 people, it's impossible to do, because your bunker, let's say your bunker is here in Paleto Bay, and you have to go from Paleto Bay to say here if you want to make $1,050,000. Even then, it's impossible to do with 3 people. Like I said, I got my bunker right here in Chumash, and if I get that particular mission with 3 people, I can have a cell, I don't know, right here or somewhere in this general area, and even with 3 people, I can't make it. So I don't know what Rockstar was thinking when it came to those time limits, but it's absurd, and I really wish they change it. I mean, they kind of fix it a bit in terms of the time limits with with the Hainer stuff, but 20 minutes, even that's not enough. I mean, for the most part, the cell missions on the Hainer, they're not too bad. You can get away with it with just 2 people. I mean, I've done all of them with 2 people thus far, and they're really doable. But the one mission on the on the Hainer cells, I say it's a bit of a pain in the ass, even though it's one of the easiest ones, and it's the ones with the sky lifts. You know, the big old helicopters that you use in single player to pick up a train. That one. That one to me is the most bullcrap mission out there because the skylifts are so damn slow. Even after you drop them off, the skylifts are slow as hell. So it just really doesn't make sense that you're gonna put 20 minutes on these missions when you realize, or when you know that the stuff is all this is just this vehicle is slow. I mean, in terms of speed, I mean, come on. Even I can put some money on it that the Titan, not the Titan, but the Bombushka can be a little bit faster than a skylift, and that's saying something. All right. Oh, excuse me. Now, in terms of this live stream going on for as long as last week's, this live stream's not going to go on for too long, to be honest. So yeah, if you want to make some money in my live streams while not having to deal with tryhards or whatnot, just message me. My name is in the description down below, and you can go ahead and message me. Also, if you're gonna be if you're a YouTuber and you're watching my live stream, I don't mind you saying, "Hey, what's up?" in the live chats or whatnot, but I do prefer you not to. I mean, I see it as a form of common courtesy. I mean, you would want me to do it in your live chats, right? So I would, shit. I view this as a common courtesy, and I would appreciate it if you guys didn't. But don't go and promote your channel on during my live streams in the live chat and stuff. I don't mind you come and say, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, that kind of stuff. But I do mind if I appreciate it if you didn't go as far as promoting your channel on my live streams. And that's all. That's all I'm asking, you know? Okay, so what else did Rockstar did? So this event week that's going on, to me, it's a little light. I mean, not like how it was last week with the double money and RP on the Hainer missions. Hainer cell missions. This week's event week, the only thing that's double money and RP is the new adversary mode, Bombushka run. And from what I can tell, from what my friends told me online, it's not too bad. One group flies the Bombushka while another group flies 4 buzzards, and it's like the description said on, it's like cat and mouse, but the mouse is a big old lumbering 4-prop plane, and the cat is 4 buzzards that are trying to take the thing down. So you can make some money off of that. I mean, I really don't know how much it pays out for the winner because I haven't played it, and to be honest, I don't think I will. But But from what I can tell, from what I heard, the money on it is not too bad. So you might want to do that, make some money off of that, and yeah, you can make some money off of that and save up until for next week's tunable update. They also did 25% off on certain things for the handler, like armament and like light paint jobs and whatnot for your planes and stuff. There's a new trial, time trial in a new premium race if you're into that. Now, what could be coming out next week? What could be the next vehicle? Well, to be honest, I really don't know. I mean, last week they threw us in a loop with the Rapid GT Classic. That was completely out of left field. Everybody thought the Bombushka was coming out last week, but they threw out the car, which I gave Rockstar some praise. That was a good idea to start off with a cheap vehicle. In terms of GTA, today's GTA, that's a cheap vehicle. They did the Bombushka. I think, now this is just me, the next vehicle they could be throwing out next is the Howard NX25. And I'm saying it could be the Howard because you already did one vehicle from Legendary, and you already did one. You did the Rapid GT Classic that was in Legendary, and you did the Bombushka yesterday. It doesn't make sense to drop the Coil Cyclone out of Legendary or the Mammoth Mogul from Warstock. It just doesn't make sense dropping a vehicle from those two websites this quickly, being as we already got one apiece from those websites of last week and this past Tuesday. So that only leaves the Elitist Travel, and that website only has two vehicles to worry about, and it's the Howard and the Seabreeze. And to be honest, the Howard's going to be the first one out of that website to come out first, then the Seabreeze. Now, I really don't know what the order is when it comes to the vehicles, since I've already unlocked all of the let me see. Let me look at my stats here. Let's see. I'm just gonna look real quick to see if it shows up all the. I doubt it, but you know. See, I would have thought they would show. Yeah, I would have thought they would have at least showed the my stats on what stuff I unlocked in my status screen. They don't. But yeah, I'm gonna hang on. Let me look it up. Let me look on Foxy Snap's YouTube. I mean not YouTube, but Twitter account, and I'll do a quick check on the on the discount order. That would look real, you know. Where is it? Oh, shit. Almost landing on the freaking building. No, that's the pricing for the planes. Oh, yeah, where is this thing? Huh. You know, you look up on it. So yeah, I just found it in FunMW2. It's the one who posted it. So they did the Bombushka. So the next plane that's that gets a discount will be the Howard at 27. So I really don't see them dropping like I said. I don't see them dropping another plane from the Warstock website. All I see them dropping is the Howard, which is a big brother to the Mallard and to the Alpha Z1. If you don't know what the Buckingham Howard NX25 looks like, it's just basically a 40 style
Your own personal DMV.
a 40 style yeah, it's just basically I'm sorry, my mind's drawing a blank, but it's basically a 40 style stunt plane. That's what the Howard is. It was a plane that aviator tycoon Howard Hughes flew in the 40s. I think he made a few air speed records with it during his time. If you haven't watched The Aviator, that starred Leo DiCaprio as Howard Hughes himself, you would know the plane I'm talking about. It was that plane he flew, like he did like sweeping touch and goes or whatever on a runway, clocking almost 400 miles an hour on the plane, and he kind of did like a crash landing in a flower field or something like that.
Not bad, you ask me.
Alright, let me see. Alright, here we go. Selling this car off.
Okay.
Yeah, assistant, we hear you. Sure, I'm still up here. Okay. So yeah, the Howard is the next plane that's coming out. It's gonna be on the Elitist Travel website, and I think it's one of the cheapest of the let me see, where is it? Where is the Howard? Yeah, it's one of the cheapest of the well, cheapest. You know what I mean by cheapest. But it's one of the cheapest of the planes from this update. It's gonna cost like 1.2 million, so 1.2, 1.3 million when it comes out. But if you do like 27 or so source missions with the Hanger, or in the Hanger, you'll get the discount price of $975,000 when it comes out. In terms of weaponry, the plane doesn't have any weapons. It's like I said, it's mainly a stunt plane. It's an old 40 style stunt plane. And if you do there is a source mission that involves the Howard, which is really, really good. It's a really nice mission. It's basically on it. You do like either fly under the bridge, knife edges between buildings or whatever. Or you just basically fly inverted for a while and you let the bar fill up. So it's a simple mission. The plane itself is kind of I won't say it's difficult to land, but it is a bit of a pain to land. Because you gotta come at the runway at a slow speed, otherwise when you land you're gonna bounce back up. And you just gotta hold down the trigger the left trigger to
Okay.
yeah, needless to say, that was good for you. When it comes out, I'll do a video on it showing off all the customization and stuff that you can do to the plane and stuff. So it's just you're just gonna have to wait and see what I talk about when the plane comes out next Tuesday.
Boss.
Let's get to work. No one's looking for that plate. Wouldn't recognize it. Wouldn't recognize it. Good.
It's all... Well done out there. The money's in the bank. There's the boss.
Alright, sorry about that. Let's see, what to talk about? I don't really have nothing to talk about today. It's just one of those weeks where there's just nothing new. I mean, there is one thing I can think of. Yesterday, Square Enix came out of the ballpark saying that they brought out. I mean, you can go on the PlayStation Store now and see it, but if you haven't played it, Final Fantasy IX has come out on PS4. It's basically the Steam port of 9, which has cleaned up graphics, kind of like how they did with 7, with Final Fantasy 7. They cleaned up the graphics, gave it an HD remaster. The story is pretty much the same. The battle system is pretty much the same, except they changed the battle interface, which kind of looks okay. I mean, it doesn't. It's just. I mean, to me, the battle system's okay. Let's just put it that way. But the game has some boosters, as they call it. It's practically cheats, but they call them boosters. There's 7 in total. There's 3 that you activate in the configuration menu. Max level and maximum magic zones. Auto master abilities from your equipment, and max skill. Those 3, once activated, they're permanently activated until you start a new game. But there are like 4 that you activate via controller input. There's 9999 damage, no encounter, super speed, which is like a 30% boost, max gauges like health, transbar, all that stuff. The reason they put those is to make the game a little more easier to play through. Especially if you're one of those that like to go, especially if you're like a trophy hunter like myself. There's a trophy on the game where you have to get the Excalibur 2 sword for Steiner, and you have to go from the beginning of the game to meet up with Hades and Memoria towards the end of the game in under 12 hours. Uh-oh. So those cheats are there for those reasons, and of course you would be able to obtain trophies that way, even with the cheats on. Because I've done Final Fantasy 7 with the cheats, and I got all but one of the trophies in the initial playthrough. I'm gonna have to go back and play that game again to get the best bromance trophy, where you have to date Barrett at the Gold Saucers. So I'm gonna have to play through that a little bit, that little tidbit before before I get the platinum. Now, as of now, the game Final Fantasy IX is on sale for 20. It's on sale for like $17 for this week only. If you're in the US, I don't know how much it is in the UK, but you can get this game for, like I said, for like $16-17 for this first week alone, and then it's gonna jump up to $21. So if you want to pick up the game, pick it up now. Don't wait until the sale's over, because to be perfectly honest, this Final Fantasy game, this one 9 is one of the best ones. Debatably, it's one of the best. I say it's the best. But that's a matter of personal opinion. For me, at least, it was the first Final Fantasy game I've ever played. It has a really good story. The battle system on the original was a bit slow, but with the 30% increase in speed cheat on this version, you can get through the battles real quick. The story was really good. I mean, I've seen people on Facebook bashing that the game wasn't great, the story was not there, the characters were not memorable, and all that stuff. Well, I gotta disagree. While other people have their favorite Final Fantasies, like I said, mine is 9, so I'm glad they brought it out. In terms of story, in terms of the story with 9, well, let me put it like this. Every other Final Fantasy game before and after Final Fantasy 9, well, before Final Fantasy 9, had several occurring themes mishmashed into one compelling story. 9, on the other hand, was the first Final Fantasy, in my opinion, I could be wrong, could be right, I don't know, but 9 was the first game to have one recurring theme in the whole game, and that was all about life. Each character had to deal with life in their own way, had to deal with the choices their actions made, that kind of stuff. Um, so it was all about life. I mean, out of all the characters that are in the game, the most memorable out there is Vivi, because he was dealt with with a with a bad hand in life, and it was tough for him. I mean, but like I said, every character has to deal, deal with life in the game their own way, and it's a nice game. I mean, the music's good, the graphics, I'll bet PS1 dated PS1 dated are still vibrant, or I mean, especially in this HD remaster, they're vibrant, they're colorful. Everyone says 7 and 8 are the best ones because they're so edgy and whatnot, but that's not really what Final Fantasy was all about back in the day. And hell, even Hironobu Sakaguchi, the father of Final Fantasy, the guy that created Final Fantasy, he even stated that 9 was his personal favorite because it was a throwback to the original Final Fantasy, to, to the original roots of Final Fantasy in a way. So I will be picking that game up on Friday when I go to Walmart, pick up a $20 PSN card, and I'll pick the game up. Um, there's so many Final Fantasy games that came out for the PS4 that I like to get. I mean, I'm not really too fond of 10 and 10-2. Reason being is because of the sphere grid. The story's okay, the battle system's okay. I like the whole idea of changing out your characters mid-fight. I don't mind that. I mean, I like that. That's like a good thing. In case one character dies, you can switch them out. Or, if one character gets knocked out, you can switch them out on the fly. 12 is like that. Or it was like that originally. I don't know how it is in the Zodiac Age. I like to get that game. Because that 12 Final Fantasy 12 was one of the good. To me, it was a good game. To everyone else who played it, they panned it for various reasons, like the licensing grid, the gambit system, all that stuff. But 12 was a good game. And then there's 15 that just came out. So 9 I want to get. Then I need to save up some money for 12 Zodiac Age and 15. God, man, it's kind of hard to do that without a job, to be honest. But on the other hand, I'm here to entertain y'all doing this kind of stuff. And I might do a video Friday talking about the Hangars. Which ones do I think is the most... Oh, not think about which one's the best. Out of the 5, which one's the best option. Or basically which location's the best. Either the Zancudo Hangars or the airport Hangars.
Okay, let's get it ready to ship.
Okay, let's fix up this liberal snowflake sultan.
Look at me, Mama. Printing license plates for a living. I am paid well below my skill level.
Let's see.
looking good.
Damn it. I got the hiccups now. Alright, you know what, we'll keep it the lowrider. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, but yeah, let's see. In the next update, what would I like to see come out? I mean, a lot of people are speculating it's the pirate DLC, and they're speculating that because of the whole pirate themed tattoos that are in the tattoo shops and whatnot. That's all well and good. I mean, when it came to, I mean, I don't know, like a week after Gunrunning came out, I sent Rockstar an email detailing what I would like to see in the next update. And for the most part, what I'd like to see, not for the most part, like some things came out that I wanted to see, like bombs, like the bombs coming out of the planes. I pretty much speculated that for a jet I called the Devastator, which was going to be the A-10 Warthog, or the Warthog, and I had an idea where it had like an option called bombs that you can drop, like napalm or incendiary bombs and whatnot to the ground, and that came true to a degree here, where you can have the bombs, into the planes and stuff. I mean, there's some things I wish that Rockstar need to fix, like the whole graphical issue with the money situation. I call it a money situation because the way the payouts are working now are at least for the biker stuff, they're contradictory to the game. I mean, like I said, in Gunrunning, when the payouts normally go into your hand, now the payouts are going into your bank account, which is all well and good. But if you do it as a biker, it shows the money. It shows that the money is going into your wallet, but it's actually going into your bank account, but it's not showing up in the transaction log. So they kind of need to fix that to a degree. Vehicle-wise, I'm like with Saints fan and all that stuff. I want to see like a movie tie-in vehicle. Like, let's face it, they've added the Ruiner 2000, which is Knight Rider. They've added the MOC, which is the big semi that Kit rides in Knight Rider. They've added the They've added the Oppressor, which is from an 80s TV show. And hell, the Vigilante, Batmobile, that's coming out in October. So when it comes to the Deluxo, make it the Time Machine, make it the first flying car. But you have to take it to either the... personally, when I first proposed the Deluxo having this flying gimmick, I thought, yeah, take it to Benny's, do it for like over $1 million because it's such an exotic upgrade that it warrants it to be over $1 million. But I'm thinking about it. No, don't do it at Benny's. Do it with the MOC. Since you're dealing with military grade components like a nuclear reactor to generate flight capabilities, and it'll turn the Deluxo from a sports classic to a supercar, since it technically would be dated as such. And it'll have the flight
Good to
gimmick.
see you,
It'll
boss.
have the it'll have the flight gimmick like the original DeLorean time machine. It'll have the flight gimmick. It would have like the glowing grills, like it's trying to go into time, but it won't have the time like the time travel gimmick. It'll just, god dang it, it just make it look like it's going into time, but in reality it doesn't. And of course have countermeasures on it in case it's getting chased by jets and stuff. You really don't want that to happen.
Anything you need, boss.
And of
Hi
course we
there.
all know that
What can I do for you?
the
You got a nice fleet,
insurance
boss.
cost for it would be
No problem. I'll have your personal
$20,000.
vehicle brought around.
and a car itself would be like $500,000. I mean, because think about it, why would you pay for a deluxe anything over $500,000 than having to pay 1.5, 1.9 million just to soup it up to the time machine variant, you know? So I priced it around. So yeah, the car would be like over $2 million, in all well and good. And performance-wise, it would perform. God dang it! It would perform really well. Not to the performance of any of the top tier supercars, but it'll hold its own to like the Infernus, the Bullet, maybe even the Zentorno if you want to go with that. Go with that as a stretch, but who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see. I do hope they put the Deluxe in. That was my personal favorite vehicle in both Vice City and Vice City Stories. It's one of the most requested cars in the game outside of the Turismo, the Cheetah, the Infernus, you know, all those cars. But Rockstar, you really need to put in the Deluxe. You need to bring that vehicle back. And have gold wing doors on it. Because think about it, they put in the Infernus Classic and the Torero. Those cars are modeled after the Countach and the Diablo from both GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. Where, you know, the Diablo, the Infernus Classic, that's from GTA 3, and the Torero is GTA Vice City. And those cars have scissor cut doors. Or scissor doors. Their original GTA 3 and Vice City counterparts never had that. I mean, when you play those games, none of the vehicles have scissor type doors. So when it comes to the Deluxe on here, it needs to have gold wing doors. I mean, they finally figured out how to do it with the Osiris and the Sterling GT. So that doesn't give them any excuse whatsoever to not have gold wing doors on the Deluxe whatsoever. Alright, so I mean, not to be perfectly honest, I wasn't going to let this live stream go anywhere, going past 2 hours. So once we get these 4 cars sold, I'm gonna call the live stream after the 4th car, and after I do the 4th car and the last well, my mind's tired right now, but after I sell the 4th car, or as I say, the 8th car, as I want to put it, 8th car, and do the second velocity job at the airbase, I'm gonna call the live stream there. So, but yeah, like I said, I might do a video on Friday. You know, talking about the hangars, seeing which one, seeing if the hangars are worth it to a degree. You know, is it worth all the trouble doing the sourcing missions? you know, and all that stuff. Or, you know, I was just basically going to do like a little video on if more specifically the airbase hangars, are they worth it? And are they worth to keep once all the vehicles come out? So I'll do a video on that. And when the vehicle, and when it's all said and done, when all the aircraft come out, I will do like a top 10 aircraft video, which, you know, my top 10 are, you know, like I said, my top 10 vehicles, which ones are the best ones, you know.
Let's get to work. Look at me, Mama. Printing license plates for a living. Look at that finish. It's got a whole new profile.
It's... This is huge. We got a sail. Great job out there.
Good to see you, boss.
Okay, let's get it ready to ship. No one's looking for that plate. I am paid well below my skill level. Looking good.
Okay, the work's been done. Take the car to the buyer and don't let another organization get in the way. Huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
Anything you need, boss.
Had a pregnant lady buy a flamethrower from me earlier. Oh.
makes good license plates? Prison inmates. I can still work a spray can. Not bad, you ask me.
Okay, you've done the hard part. Now deliver those goods undamaged, and we'll get paid in full.
Useless piece of shit! Oh, shit!
Well done out there. The money's in the bank.